Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're listening from. This is Secret Society of Veterans. I'm your host, Anthony Rivera. This is the new show that we're going to try to put out there called The Extraction Zone. Hoping that we get more listeners, more interaction, and just more people liking what we do. I haven't done one of these in a while. It's been a pretty long pandemic that we've been in. People have been sick, dying. So we haven't really done too much with podcasting or too much with events or things that have to do with Secret Society of Veterans. But we're building. The reason I'm doing this show is because, Veterans Day just passed on November 11th and November 12th during that weekend. The weekend just passed for Veterans Day. And wanted to do this podcast because just recently I was in a predicament that me and a buddy of mine got in, and we were able to come out of it unscathed. It was an amazing experience what we were doing, but I have a fear of certain things. And being that I have a fear of certain things, they kind of manifested during this time that I'm going to be talking about. So stay tuned, sit back, grab a coffee, grab a snack, and enjoy the podcast. Welcome back. I'm your host, Anthony Rivera, here on Extraction Zone. Usually I have guests and we sit back and we chit-chat and we shoot the shit. And basically tell you about our lives and our lives after service, because this is a Secret Society of Veterans podcast. So we're dealing with a lot of veteran things that we do after service, after active duty. You're more than welcome if you're active duty to listen or to bring in your input or to call into the show and be on the show and just have a powwow with us here at Secret Society of Veterans or at Extraction Zone. I gotta learn how to just keep saying Extraction Zone instead of Secret Society of Veterans, guys and girls out there. So I started off by telling you that I was doing something that was kind of fearful for me. What I was doing is I had a buddy of mine set up a camping trip. Now, a lot of you don't know, I'm here out in Florida. I live in Florida, so Florida is very wildlifey. Florida is really mainly known for alligators and their oceans and their beautiful, pristine beaches and things to that effect. But the Everglades is the Central Park to New York is the Everglades to Florida. Or just any wild spring or any wild excursion into the forest, into the woods, into the swamps, whatever you want to call it. So a buddy of mine decided to set up a camping trip. And everybody was in. We had nine people go, adults, women and children and men. And it was a fun time. Don't get it twisted. It was an amazing time. We had tons of laughs, tons of food. Everything was perfect. Everything was great. We enjoyed s'mores by the campfire, music by the campfire, jokes. We even had a moment of a storytelling time where you hot potato the story Basically, you start off the story, you give a couple of paragraphs, the next person continues your story or the story that's being told, which was amazing. It was fun, imaginative, creative. We had a great time. I want to give thanks to all those guys and girls that went on this camping trip and made this experience an experience. I want to say thank you first to Darren, which set up the whole thing, and it went off like a blast. I want to say thank you to Darren's wife, Graciela, which helped us with the whole thing, and it was just an amazing experience. I want to say thanks to everybody else too. You know, Angela, Erica, Lucy, Chris, Patrick, Alex, even baby Liam. We had just an amazing experience. We also want to say thank you to the Duck Dynasty guys that came over and offered us chili and breakfast in the morning. Thank you guys. That was amazing. Wherever you go, you know, love conquers all. So, you know, being that we're from different sides of the world or different towns or different counties or whatever you want to call it, these guys decided to come over, say hello, save us too, because they brought over charcoal when we ran out of charcoal for the guys to cook some burgers and hot dogs, which was like great. So I want to give a big ups to those guys, and if they hear this or if somehow they find us and find this, then thank you guys. And I want to say thank you to all the veterans and military for their service and for giving the sacrifice that they do for us to be able to do these camping trips and have these pristine forests and reservations and places for us to go and enjoy our country. On that note, when we went, the guys and girls also went into the water to find ancient fossils of sharks, fish, anything, vertebrates, anything. From what I was told, or from my understanding, is that part that we went to was under the ocean or underwater, and when the water receded, it left back and behind all this fossilized things. So when you walk on land over there, you see seashells so far inshore that you're just like, how did this get here? Which is an amazing experience. And then Lucy and Chris have knowledge for certain fossils, and they were finding these little shark teeth from 3,000 years ago, 30,000 years ago. I don't know the ages, but they were ancient and they were fossilized. They were so hard like a brick. To the point where you can find megalodon shark teeth, and they can be of value. We saw one that was almost $400, a shark tooth, and that was found on that river. We were on the Peace River, and like I said, it was an amazing experience. But being who I am, I'm a tough guy, but I'm afraid of gators. They're very unpredictable animals. Yes, they're skittish when there's a lot of groups of people around, but they are also curious too, and they want their land and their habitat to stay pristine and stay the way they like it. So when we come in as humans, we have to be aware of that. So we, as a group, decided to go on a canoe trip. I believe it was maybe 8 miles down the Peace River, which was an amazing experience. I loved it. I enjoyed it because I was with some good people, but I had the fear in my heart of gators coming to get me. Yes, coming to get me. So on this trip, if it smelled like poo all the way through, is because I pooed on myself. I'm joking about that. I didn't poo on myself, but I almost did. So being that we were down this Peace River, and we're enjoying this this ride. So we decided to split up into groups of two, 2 people per canoe. And it was just, everything we did was kind of like on point. Everybody was on the same page. Everybody had the same ideas. Everybody agreed to things. We didn't have any kind of drama, any kind of, no, let's not do that. The only kind of drama we had was when we had to do these reservations and talk to these people, and they kind of didn't understand, or we didn't understand, or whatever it may have been. But everything came down to having a great experience, and we did. So being that, we started off this trip with me and my friend Erica and her baby being on one canoe. We had Lucy and Chris on another. We had Darren and his wife on another, and we had Alex, Patrick, and Angela on another canoe. So I'm in a canoe with a baby and Erica, which is the baby Liam's mother. And we're paddling down this river. Now, this is kind of like the first time I'm doing a canoe trip, or I'm doing something with a canoe where I have to paddle and do some sort of exercise. Yes, exercise. My wrist, my forearms, my shoulders, my buttocks. Everything hurt. But the experience was amazing. Erica was a trooper, taking care of a baby and rowing a canoe and guiding it through the water. She is a trooper, and I give her the utmost respect and the utmost love. So thank you, Erica, for that and teaching me a couple of things. You're a trooper, and I'm happy that you're my friend. So being that we're going down this river and we're doing these things, we were looking for these little, we were told that there's these outposts that we can stop off and get some rest and maybe get a drink or just sit down and eat or whatever. So we pull off at one of these stop-offs. And we're looking around, we use the bathroom, we're having a good time. So we decide that we should switch boats or switch partners for the boats, for the canoes. And we do. Now I end up in the canoe with Alex, which he's steering and paddling in the back of the canoe, and I'm on the front. And I believe Erica and baby Liam ended up in the canoe with Patrick and Angela. And the rest did the same, because they're a little more experienced on this stuff, so they stood the same. So we're paddling down this river like old folk do. We're singing tunes, laughing, and pointing everything out. We were pointing so much stuff out that every gator was looking at us and was like, oh my God, these guys again. I'm really tired of being pointed at. Point at something else. So we're down this river and we're enjoying it. And there's some gators. I mean, like 6 foot, 4 feet, 3 feet, big gators. And we're enjoying ourselves, laughing. I'm the only one that's kind of a pussy, excuse my language, but yeah, a pussy when it comes to gators. The rowing and the boat, that I didn't care. The water, I didn't care. But the gators, I did. Because I seen one of them jump off the edge with one leg and looked like he was going to come at us. So that right there was understanding that the one-legged gator didn't give a shit about us. So I sit there and start rowing and enjoying the trip and bitching and complaining down the road about these gators. And me, I'm a tough guy. I'm from the Bronx. I'm a dude that has been through hell and back. I've been to war. Like I've been through hell and back. And I'm there like, fuck these gators. I hate these gators. I don't enjoy gators. I'm scared of gators. I don't want to be around gators. Real tough guy stuff, But to everybody else, it sounded like, oh my God, there's gators in the water. Please get me out of this. I'm going to pee-pee. That's what it sounded like, as opposed to the tough guy stuff that I was spewing out of his mouth. So, being that we're rowing down this river, and I hear in my mind, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. But there was no merrily, 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 merrily. It wasn't like that quite as it seemed. So, I am rowing with Alex, complaining, crying. I'm the only one complaining now. And everybody else is cool. I didn't hear a peep from the baby either. The baby was cool, which is crazy for me. So we're rowing down the river, and we had met some couples and that had met us at the canoe place, and we're really, really nice people, and they're pointing things out also, and we catch up to them every so often down the river. So we sit there on this river, and we're looking at these gators, and I'm seeing all this craziness. And me, I love wildlife, I love animals, I love things, but I don't like unpredictable stuff. I've swam with sharks, and they're unpredictable also, but they're so scarce and so far away. Gators are like, you see one gator, now you see two, you see three, you see four, and it's not every 6 miles. It's every 3 feet or every 4 feet. You see their dens, you see all that stuff, which is crazy. So we're rolling down this river. So I'm rolling down this river, and I'm thinking to myself, man, these little canoes can flip over. These little canoes aren't really sturdy. I'm complaining to my friend Alex, and I feel bad, and I apologize, Alex, if you hear this. And I was telling him, don't shift your butt, because you're shifting the boat, which was putting a little more fear in my heart. With that being said, let me break off for a commercial break, and we will be right back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, so getting back to where we were at. So we're on this Peace River. So if you don't know where the Peace River is up North Florida, like Arcadia, getting closer to the Tampa area, a little west from the Orlando area, southwest from the Orlando area. It's actually a nice little quiet farming towns. Really, really nice up there. Really, really country. Really, really calm and serene, very relaxing, quiet. A lot of country stuff going on. So if you ever watch like a Duck Dynasty, or when they go hunting for those alligators and stuff on like the History Channel or any of those channels, it's exactly what you're going to be running into when you go up to the Arcadia area, or to that area that we were at to go camping, which was, I really don't remember the name of the campsite. But if anybody else remembers, type it in the text or wherever you can, and so we can remember. I think it was like Brownville or something like that. So being that we're on this river, floating down in between two banks, where every 4 feet there's gators, we're pointing them out, laughing, joking. I'm fearful for my life. I'm sitting there in a canoe, like I am a native, and I am going downriver to go hunt for our meal for the night with a friend of mine and a bunch of friends of mine. Trying not to become the meal for the night. We're going down this river and see couples and that aren't with our group, and we're saying hello. We're having good conversation. So it's me and Alex in one canoe, since we decided to switch the baby and mama into another canoe with some more experienced canoers. So it ended up being me and Alex on this canoe, and we're rowing down this river. And I know he was probably a little upset at me for complaining all the way down, not just enjoying the time that we're going. And then, I kind of manifested what is about to happen to us. So we're rowing and we're enjoying ourselves and trying to like keep calm. I'm trying to keep calm because right now my heart's racing a million miles a minute. I kind of have like smoke coming out of me because it's like doing burnouts inside me. Like, let's get the hell out of this area. Let's get back on shore. Let's get back home. And let's just get away from these people. I actually felt like I was on one of those conveyor belts where, you know, you go and you pick your food and you pick it up off this conveyor belt. I felt like it was a conveyor belt. You know, the river was the conveyor belt and we were the meals on that conveyor belt, and the alligators were like, maybe I'm feeling vegan today. Maybe I'm feeling like I want some red meat. But they looked at me every time I passed an alligator, and each one of them licked their lips like I was a pernil. For those that don't speak Spanish, in the Puerto Rican and Latin community, we have pork shoulder, which we roast and we call it a pernil. Other people call it a lechon. But yeah, that's what I look like. To them. Actually, I passed one and he had a handkerchief wrapped around his neck and a fork and a knife in each hand, looking at me like, fall in real quick. So being that, the couple that we had met and was telling us different little things came on, they were like, hey guys, stay to the left because there's a 12-foot gator right there. So as soon as he says stay to the left, there's a 12-foot gator right there. For some reason, we went too far left and hit a kind of a bush that was in the water, and one of the branches caught my friend Alex and pushed him over and flipped us on the boat in this alligator-infested water. I end up going down under the water. The ground was so mucky and disgusting that all I could think about was getting back to shore. So when we're in the water, me and Alex look at each other while we're freaking swimming, and we're just like, let's just get this boat and get back. Like, we were trying to get back on top of the boat because it was already capsized. We're trying to get back on the canoe on the back side of it and just float it over so no limbs are hanging in the water. But it wasn't working, so we just pushed the boat onto shore while we're swimming. And at that moment is when we realized that, hey, maybe that gator is coming after us. 12 feet. Oh, listen, I'm only 5'10". I fit perfectly in a 12-foot alligator's stomach. So, being that, we end up back on shore. Now I am the most livid person on that water. Pissed off, so mad. But I can hear the guys saying, hey, get off that land because that's their home. And while I'm walking pissed off, screaming at everybody, cursing everything out, cursing out myself for doing this, cursing everybody out, I'm looking at the grass and I see the flat grass where they usually lay. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Let's get the hell out of here. So we flip the canoe over, get the water out. We jump back in and we start making our way down with my complaints. I was kind of a bad camper. Not in the camping site, but on the water. So I apologize for that. But at the same time, it's my life that's in danger if it comes down to an alligator deciding to say, let me jump in the water and find out what that was that just splashed in the water. All an alligator needs to do is grab you, pull you under, death roll, drown you, and keep you under until you're able to be eaten, till your body starts to decompose some, which is scary to me. I don't know how many other people would be in fear of their life for that, but I was. And I survived it with me and Alex. Alex survived it too, and I give much thanks to Alex for being calm under pressure. And we survived it. So we pull into shore, and I'm really pissed off and mad at everybody. I'm wet. I'm like a mud demon. I'm freaking pissed off at everybody. And not everybody, I'm just pissed off at the situation. I'm not really mad at anybody. I'm happy with everybody because actually we had a good time and it was a great experience. I was just mad at the situation that I was in, but I let it. I'm not the type of person to be mad forever, so I just let it pass me by and enjoyed the rest of the time. I actually laughed about it with the rest of the group. I actually sat there and we took pictures. We enjoyed. The thing I'm really upset at now is that the memories were lost. The memories I took, everybody else took pictures, but the memories I took after leaving the boat, leaving the campsite onto the Peace River, have been lost on my phone. My phone drowned. My phone is gone. So now I'm in process of waiting for a phone. But this situation had me thinking about life in a whole different aspect. Yes, you're supposed to go out there and enjoy this world that we live in. You're supposed to go out there and enjoy these things that are here for us, that have been created by God for us to enjoy and entertain ourselves and things like that. But please don't ever put yourself in harm's way. And don't talk about it, because then when you talk about it during that time, it can manifest. I am just happy that we had switched the baby out into another boat of experienced canoers, and we were the ones that fell in the water. More guys that can survive it. Me and the guys and the girls were talking about, hey, maybe that was God saying, that boat was gonna happen. That was gonna happen to that canoe anyway. So, being that we put the baby in another boat, we kind of dodged a bullet there, because I think God said, you two guys will be able to freaking swim to shore and you guys will survive. But a baby with that current would be floating down the river, and we'd have to go after it in between all those gators that were there. So we're very, very happy and thankful and grateful that we didn't have that situation on our hands. But all in all, the situation, put fear in my heart. But I came out of it and I conquered my fear, I guess. The camping trip was amazing. We seen owls. We enjoyed each other's company, and we did what we needed to do to get through this mission. And we had laughs after laughs after laugh, which laughter is the key to life. So this is my alligator episode since I haven't done this in a really, really long time. So I'm going to start doing these a little bit more. But I hope that you enjoyed the story and enjoyed my experience on the Peace River with alligators. This has been The Extraction Zone. I'm your host, Anthony Rivera. If you guys want to come see us or listen to any of the older episodes, you can find me on Anchor.fm. Secret Society of Veterans, or you can find us at www.secretsocietyofveterans.com. Also, you can go follow us at our Facebook group, which is Secret Society of Veterans, or you can even follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is SmearDreams2021. Again, this is Extraction Zone for Secret Society of Veterans, and I'm your host, Anthony Rivera. Enjoy your day, peace, love, and take care of each other.